everyone, long time no see. This has been a month with strong focus on hiring, and that's the reason that for this outtake, I decided to speak about our hiring philosophy and our secret sauce behind it. So as you know, part of every single organization's success has to do with the selection of their people. And that's something that with a White Shirt Media would take pretty seriously. And that's the reason why I took you to this room. This is where the magic happens, where part of the phases start, and as you can see here, this narrates a little bit about what we do. So this is usually what people would see, really the tip of the iceberg, the person that we bring on board. And as you can see here, it's the loyal and committed that's hungry for more. But what many don't know is really the entire process that it goes behind it. So if you stay tuned, I'm going to walk you through all the interview phases. What is it that we look for at White Shirt Media? And then what really matters to us. Whenever I think of the entire employment cycle of White Shirt Media, the one process that I believe it's my favorite one based on the thoroughness that it really involves in each of the stages is definitely hands down the talent acquisition process that we have. This process, we started crafting it potentially back in 2015. This is a profile that has been built based on the different indicators, performance metrics, the attitudes, the different things that we focus on for a process. So if you were to ask me straight up, what is it that makes your process different? It's really a combination of brains, the skill set, and also the values that the individual will come with. And that's what really makes White Shirt Media special. It's really what we have branded as our Shark DNA. The Shark DNA is 4 different attributes that we would look for in any potential shark, and then we would demand for everyone in all hierarchy levels to really execute it across their entire cycle at White Shirt Media. So if we first start with our ideal candidate profile, as you can see here, we base it mainly in 4 different competencies. Of course, each role will be composed of 4 different core competencies, and we will be validating it across the process with different skills and validation assessments. But everything has to be validated throughout on-the-job assessments. That's really the only way to get into White Shirt. So when we look at this role precisely, for instance, we're looking and focusing on assertive communication because, of course, us being a bilingual workforce and dealing with US customers mainly, we need to ensure that every single asset is fully equipped in order to deliver world-class customer service. Analytical abilities, as you can see here, it's very important into our process as well. We need to ensure that our people are numbers driven, they're highly analytical as well. Why? Because of the nature of our business, there's constantly market research analysis. We need to be analyzing all the different trends to ensure that we accomplish our goal, which is just increasing leads and just maximizing that return on investment. As you can see here as well, an overarching mindset and the drive that each individual will come with, it's really important to us because it'll demonstrate the level of determination that each person will come with. How eager to success will they be? And that's practically the people that we want. Really that individual that's hungry for success. Because the moment that they come in, they will just continue moving up the ladder. And that's exactly what we want in each of everyone that comes in. And last but not least, and as you can see it is part of our 4 main attributes, is definitely the values. The commitment and the positive attitude with the humility that every single individual will come with. How good will they be to embrace the feedback and just to start their learning process? Because of course, being the only incubator and the only agency that trains PPC in the country, we definitely need to ensure that they will be continued to absorbing knowledge. And that'll be practically the key recipe. Now diving into our thorough process. So we start with a phase 1 interview. Practically what we cover on this stage is company and role understanding. We also evaluate the level of English that they would come with their business acumen, the professional lingo, and just the technical lingo that they will be using overall, the relevant experience to the role. We also ensure that we do a compensation walkthrough of the entire scheme, commission structure, and everything that's linked to it. And then we cover the instructions of one of our assessments that it's called Dive Into Your Inner Shark that you will learn into in a little. Then if there's interview clearance after each of the stages, then we will be moving on to phase 2. So what we basically assess in phase 2, as you can see here, is the intellect and analytical abilities, really the risk assessment by the individual, just to ensure that we will be investing this 3 months of training into the right candidate. And then we will evaluate from the within your inner shark PPT the eloquence, the confidence level, the structure, the drive, the creativity, and the capacity of analysis that each of the individuals will come with. And then, upon interview clearance, we will be closing with an assessment center, which is practically our phase 3. So as part of our assessment center, we have involved the hiring manager here, which is practically key to the selection of this process, to ensure that there's not only people operations involved, but also the person that will be working with the end person involved. So then we will be doing a series of analysis here. Every assessment center's main purpose is practically just to come and validate the skill set. Whether this is an on-the-job assessment, a role play, but we need to ensure that we're validating each of the core competencies that is required for any person to succeed in the role. So we ensure that from onboarding point, we're setting the person up for success. And that's practically what we do in a nutshell. So now that you know the ins and outs of our process, you can really see that what we focus on is a combination of values, main attributes, and really the skill set. So what this has allowed throughout times is that we don't precisely focus on a profile. Anyone would believe that to work at Whiteshark, you would require a marketing degree or a master's in marketing or something that is linked to strategy, because that's practically what we do here. But it's actually the opposite. By focusing on the core competencies, we ensure that just by reaching the right audience, we would have here working for us lawyers, architects, audiovisual producers, and practically everyone who would really fulfill these core competencies, since we would provide the training ourselves. And that's part of the beauty of our process. We don't go by resumes, but actually what people would have to offer. So thank you for watching. That was in a nutshell our hiring philosophy, which is really part of Whiteshark Media's success, really selecting our best people. Be sure to subscribe to our channel for more outtakes of Under the Surface and stay tuned for more. Have a good one.